Hi everyone! So welcome back to the Never Too Late show, and we have with us Coco.
Hello! Hi, I'm Coco. I'm currently a year student, year 3 right now, and I think the main reason why I'm here today is because I am the founder of Project Become. Yeah, so it is this youth group that does a lot of environmental initiatives, and mainly it's focused on single-use plastics.
Now we have a good understanding of yourself. Maybe I think I'm quite curious to know how you started on your environmentalism journey, because I tried to stalk you online, but I really want to know like your personal story, like how you came into this scene. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so my story isn't like a big hoo-ha moment. Yeah, so don't expect anything dramatic. Yeah, it was more like a gradual transition. So first, I think in primary school, my mom already started inculcating this habit of recycling, because there used to be, like the blue bag that would be, or different colored bags that would be deposited at every HDB flats.
Right.
Yeah, door. So I had a habit since I was young. But after that, I became more aware about reduce, reuse, recycle, right? So that hierarchy, and how a lot of times we resort directly to recycling when we could reuse or reduce in the first place, which would save so much effort. Yeah, so that was how I also became a lot more aware about single-use waste in our lives, be it like plastic bags or paper. Yeah. Also, when I joined this program called Chili Padi Academy, that was life-changing. Yeah, so that was in junior JC2, and I joined this program that was meant for it's an educational program meant for high school students, and it's still running. I was the first batch to join, and that was also when I was encouraged to found Project Become. Yeah, so it was a 3-month-long program, and Project Become continued to do things even after Chili Padi Academy ended.
Right.
Our first ever project, which is called the Lunchbox Experiment, and we got young NTUC to support us in a lot of ways, like the funding, the mentorship, and whatnot. So it was very helpful. Yeah, so the Lunchbox Experiment was basically just us gathering a bunch of working adults around Raffles Place, and then it was a 2-week program where we would encourage them to BYO as much as possible for the 2 weeks. So we would brief them initially, maintain contact with them throughout the 2 weeks, encourage them and collect photos from them, and then have focus group discussions with them after the 2 weeks. Yeah, so from that project, I went on to do more BYO experiments with different institutions like schools, like residents around in CCs, and working with different partners as well. Yeah. At the end of junior college, I decided to do something that I have always wanted to do, which is collect CMY containers from the public, like wash them and redistribute them to bakers, because they're such good quality containers, but we always use them only like once at the retail level. Yeah, so I really wanted to introduce them back into the loop, like from a closed loop system, right?
It's like a circular.
Correct. Initially, I was dealing with around 150 containers and maybe around like 5 bakers, but ever since I've been doing 2 runs each year, and it has increased rapidly over the years. Yeah, so I'll do it before Chinese New Year and after, because before that will be when bakers need the most containers, and after that will be when the supply is the highest. So supply and demand is still quite a mismatch. But yeah, so for instance, in 2019, that was the largest run ever, where I had over 40 volunteers, and we managed to re-divert a total of 3,000 containers from the landfill, and to over 60 beneficiaries. Yeah, but also for that project, I decided to not continue it, because I think it's not really dealing with the root of the problem. It's more like a volunteer, very external effort that's not very sustainable. Yeah, so that was my last run also, the biggest and the last. And then I shifted focus to my other initiative called Circular CNY, where I encourage the bakeries themselves to collect containers from their own customers for reuse, from their own closed loop system.
Okay, so it's no longer you collect it for them, but they collect themselves.
Correct. Yeah. And I've also done the Bread Without Bags campaign, which is this huge campaign that lasted a full month last year, which is also it's not that different from circular CNY from the way we drive. It's the same concept, yeah, but it's mainly tackling the day-to-day use of plastic bags in bakeries. So we actually partner with 25 companies, bakeries, and that means 58 outlets.
Nice.
Yeah, for 1 month, and about 20 of them decided to continue their scheme even after the program ended. Yeah, the scheme meaning like BYO discounts or like certain like free gifts and stuff like that. Yeah, when you bring your own.
Now we are moving on to the last and the most exciting part, which is what can we do? So, let's say any regular Singaporean who's watching this video, how can they start taking the steps towards reducing their plastic use?
Right. Okay. Firstly, don't discount the impact of BYO-ing, because as much as it sounds quite lame, right, and how much can a person save, just imagine the numbers multiplying, right, as when a group of family of 5 people do it, and then like 50 households do it. Yeah, so for instance, just the act of bringing your own container to buy your daily breakfast from the bakery, for a family of 5, within a week you can save like, assuming you buy on all weekdays, you can save 25 small pieces of plastic bags already, and that excludes a carrier. And if you multiply that by like 50 more households, then that would be like 25 times 50. I can't do my math. 1,250 plastic bags. Yeah, in a week. Yeah, something like that. So this BYO-ing is such a straightforward method of reducing disposable waste in Singapore. You don't have to go all out and reduce every single source of disposable waste at the start. Just take it as your own personal journey. Slowly go into it, and don't do something that is way too difficult at the start, because that's not sustainable for you to carry on. I also want to share that right now we're very fortunate to be in a time where we have other services like Barepack and Meals, and these are 2 container sharing services. And how it works is that they currently have like 100 or like 60, 100 for Barepack, I think 60 over for Meals. They have different F&B businesses partnered in the network where you could borrow a container from any of them to tap out their food, and then return the container to any other partner in the network. So it's very convenient, and it's island-wide. So it works by subscription basis. Yeah, so if you're a member, you can pay for like either a month long or year long, something like that, and then use the containers infinitely.
Right.
Yeah, so these are services that help us make BYO-ing even simpler.
Right. I think also another legitimate, personal concern that I have when I want to BYO is it's like I'm too pricey to go up to the counter and like ask them to put it in my bag or put it in my container.
Right.
Especially like let's say when I go to Breadtalk or Four Leaves, and then there's such a long queue.
That's true.
And then after such a long queue, when it comes to your turn, and then you will be like, oh, can I put it in my container? That kind of thing.
Right.
Because they have their whole process going, right? They put all their buns into a plastic bag, and then a bigger plastic bag.
Right, that's true. I would say that now, I'm not saying that all businesses would give you a very good experience. There may be challenges that you face, but I think increasingly so, the businesses are getting more and more open to BYO-ing and supportive of it, because they get to reduce their packaging costs. Yeah, and during this COVID time, it really hit them a lot, especially when everyone started tapaoing, and they were actively asking people to use their own containers because they were really running out. Yeah. So I think don't have to be that afraid about it right now, and also take it as a chance to kind of make the people around you more aware about it, because they see, oh, there's this person bringing a container, maybe I can do that too. And I do see it myself sometimes, like when I bring my own container yesterday to buy my quiz, right? The person right behind me immediately said, oh, I don't need a bag. Yeah, it could or could not have been because of me. Yeah, and also you slowly get the businesses more attuned to catering to BYO needs as well. So you are doing everyone a favor also. Yeah, and in fact, like for instance, bakery, right? They're putting it in your container. It could be even faster than them having to bag and put it in the bag.
That's true.
Yeah, so sometimes you're actually saving them effort. Yeah, but going back to some tips and tricks, right? Like the Weird and Wild team, they compile some useful tips like getting a good container that is easy for them to fit in. Yeah, so for tumblers, especially, I think it's important to get one that's a wide mouth. Yeah, for easy pouring.
Okay.
Yeah. Things like that. If you really don't want to do it when there's a long queue, I feel like for myself, I haven't really found a problem with it. But I understand that when you just start out, you may be uncomfortable, so you can do it when there are less people.
Right.
Yeah, so find a good entry point for yourself.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
With that, let's thank Coco for doing this amazing interview and giving amazing insights about her project to reduce plastic waste, and let's all find a way to reduce our plastic waste in our own ways. Okay, so now we're gonna have our lunch. It has been waiting for us for quite some time.
Yes. Now,
Okay, see
guys.
you.